On the weekend, a little bit of a tale of two different halves. We started off Friday against a very good Bowling Green team who I think it deserves a ton of the credit in that win. I thought they played well at every position. I thought pretty much every player on their team hit their average or above it throughout the course of the match, and they were just consistent in their play. I thought they gave us some points in the first set, and we had chances to win. But I think the big story was we were just unable to get anything going offensively. Even some of our big matches this year where we've been close, a Kentucky, a Dayton, and Oregon, we've had one or two players going, and we've been able to stay in and win some of those sets. I think the biggest thing with BG is we had no one going. No one offensively was producing. I watched tape to see if it was setting issues, and setting was not the problem. We just couldn't get a lot of kills, couldn't generate them. So BG's defense obviously played very well in defending us, but it was a lot of setter-hitter. It was a lot of hitter approach changes. We just didn't look like ourselves again, and I love to give BG credit because they deserve a lot of it. But usually you get one or two people going, and that can free up some other things. Or, if you're at 22-22 like we were, somebody going can generate a kill or two, but we just couldn't. So that was disappointing. We're very disappointed to start off MAC play with a loss. Then we turn around Saturday against rival Miami, and everyone's going offensively. So just again, a tale of two different matches, clearly different opponents, different matchups that cause those things. I don't think Miami played their best against us. But, it is what it is. We're 1-1. Again, a really good performance Saturday. I think total match points difference was almost 25 in the three sets. So that was pretty good. I thought we scored a lot of points. I don't think Miami gave us a ton. I think we scored a lot. So that was good to see. We're 1-1. And there's going to be a lot of parity this year. It's amazing. I think there's 8 teams right now that are 1-1. The preseason picks, that don't mean a lot because you don't know how a team's going to be any given year. Kind of had us and Western and Central and Northern all up near the top, and we're all 1-1 after one weekend. So it looks like right now we're chasing BG and Ball State, I think, are the two teams that snuck out with 2 wins. And we'll see what happens the next weekend. I usually think it takes about 14 wins to win the league. So it's tough, 14-2. This year, I don't know. I don't know if it's, we'll see in a couple of weeks if 14-2 is realistic for anybody, including us. I think so. I hope so. I hope we can go into each weekend with a chance to get 1 and 2 wins. But I don't know. We're still kind of evaluating against each other now. We all play different preseason schedules, so it's hard to tell who is really good, who's going to be the best team, or if there is a best team. It might just be a revolving door. You might go 2-0 one weekend, 0-2 the next. We'll find out. But looking forward to it. Our team is excited to be in the race and the hunt of MAC play now. We got Kent State coming in Thursday, Eastern Michigan Saturday. Both those teams are 1-1 as well. So I'm sure we'll have some tough competition, and hopefully we'll get a good crowd at home, get some energy going, and keep our offense going because we needed more of it Friday, and we got it on Saturday. Questions?
Just talk about some of the challenges with opening MAC play on the road.
It's really hit and miss, to be honest. BG had a great crowd. They probably had 500 students, 1,500 fans. I think it was their second or third highest attended match ever. They played well. They had good energy. Our home opener versus Kentucky, we had 3,300 fans, and we came out 2 energized, and I think net 3 times or something in the first ball. So you never know how you're going to react at home, but versus on the road. Sometimes you go on the road and you play really well. We have years, this year the tough part of our schedule, every year there's going to be a tough part. This year our tough part is the last 2 weekends are on the road, and then the MAC tournament, of course, is also 4 hours away. So this year we start on the road, but now we get 4 in a row at home. That's nice. We got to end with 4 in a row on the road. It's just kind of pick your poison. We've had years where I think we've had 5 out of 6 on the road in the middle. But yeah, it's tough to start MAC play on the road, but I'd probably rather start on the road and end at home if I had a pick. But this year we're starting on the road and ending on the road, so we got some middle stretches in there.
18 straight sets over Miami. Just kind of talk about that dominance a little bit.
Yeah, we know it's a big rivalry. Our team has played really well 6 times in a row against them. We don't. I talked to our team about this, and I talked to the media about this. In all honesty, I don't know if we're great at this rivalry in terms of we don't have a ton of in-region kids. We've got seniors, Pittsburgh, North Carolina, Rochester, New York. We've got sophomores, Houston, Chicago, Indy. I don't know if they really understand the rivalry Ohio-Miami, especially as underclassmen, and they kind of start to get it as upper. In 08 and 09, we kind of had some slugfest with those guys, but we haven't seen much of that since. So it means a lot to me. I mean, I know Miami's a huge rival for our school. It means a lot to our community, to our fans. The team is starting to learn the importance of it. They pick a year if they realize how much these two schools don't like each other. But we're glad to play well against them, and more importantly, to get a MAC win and a MAC win on the road, because those might be really hard to come by this year.
You had big moments for offense and defense against Miami with high hitting and big numbers. Just kind of talk about your team effort that went into that game.
Yeah, I thought we refocused well after not playing well on offense Friday night. I thought we came back in. I talked to a couple of the players about what my expectations were of them, and how we might have to change our culture a little bit from one day to the next based on what they give, either at practice or in play. Just how they're communicating on the court. I'm not out there. So when things aren't going well, what is being said? And we're just trying to work on that. And it's going to be a work in progress. We're not, we didn't go from not being able to score to flawless overnight. It just looked that way. So we'll hope we keep getting better at the little things. And there's a whole lot of things that I probably don't even know going on out on the floor that we need to be better at as well.
And what are some of the preparations that you guys are going to have for this week?
In all honesty, I've spent the last 24, 48 hours, a little bit of family time, and most of it on us. So tonight I will dive into Kent and Eastern. A little bit of a different week this week with Thursday, Saturday, which I kind of like. I feel like we have a little bit more time to prepare for each team, but it really doesn't mean that. So we'll dive into those guys today. We're going to continue to focus on getting better ourselves. In particular, offense, we've got to get setter, hitter, passing. We got to get firing on all cylinders if we want a chance to win this thing and to win any of these games this weekend.
Ryan, on Saturday, the starters set you up to kind of show some players who didn't get to play much on Friday. What did you see from some of your reserve players on Saturday that you liked?
I think we have some depth. I do. I've thrown some kids in the last 2 weeks who have been playing really well at practice, and I thought, could deserve a chance if somebody isn't playing well. It's tricky. It's very difficult in this profession and when coaching a collegiate program. When is the right time to give somebody else tries? If somebody's struggling and you're winning, do you want to mess with winning? If somebody's struggling and you're losing, it's probably an easy time to make a switch. If somebody's been practicing really well and somebody else is just doing average, can you give them a chance? I mean, I think we've got a couple kids not in our starting rotation that are competing for jobs every week, and if a starter isn't performing, I want to give those guys chances. It's just a matter of when. And then the other side of that is you want to give kids chances, but you don't want to hurt the confidence of your other kids. So how do you balance that? And I talked to the team about that actually on Saturday. It's you believe in all of them, but if somebody's having an off day, give somebody else a chance. And we know and we believe that you will come back and play well later. We just got to give some other kids some chances. So I like that our team can step in and play a little bit. We've had some really good performances off the bench this year, and we'll need and hope that continues. All right, thank you.